Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. Uh, yeah, it's Monday, and I know, I get it. Uh, I just woke up, so and yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. Ooh, yeah, but we'll all get through it, won't we? Yeah, so we got more Mike Burnfire. Yeah, I was suggested this in the comments a couple of times. Public pool slash wild hog. It's a little shorter than I'm used to from them, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is gonna be. It's pretty wild stuff. Let's go ahead and like it, and yeah, let's get into it. Let's go.
I remember going to a party at someone's house, and I don't even know whose house it was. I remember you were
I've
there,
been there.
and I had a bunch of. I had somehow gotten waffle flavored cigarettes.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, they were like maple syrup flavored. I remember throwing
Dude, I want that. That sounds awesome. Ah, what am I doing smoking these shitty cigarettes?
up inside a shrub.
I think I have vague memories of this. Wasn't there a woman that got drunk and took off her shirt and flashed everyone?
I may have been
Hell
throwing up in
yeah.
the shrub at the time. I would have remembered that.
If it's the same party I'm thinking of, then that's all I remember
Dude,
from that.
waffle
And also
flavored
at the end, when I left
cigarettes.
the party, I was awkward and didn't know what to say, so I turned to her and said, "Thank you for the evening of entertainment."
That is the correct thing to say. I like your boobies.
All right.
So we went on a field exercise at one point to the middle of frickin' nowhere at Fort Polk, and that's the thing that people don't understand about Fort Polk is it's huge. It's probably a couple hundred square miles.
Oh, damn.
It is a massive training area. They have like a whole fake village out there that has like 2 and 4 story buildings.
Yeah.
It has just like cameras and everything in it. Fort Polk is massive, and a lot of it is just forest and whatever. So we're out in the middle of nowhere on a field exercise, and I've been eating nothing but MREs. And when I say in the middle of nowhere, I literally mean in the middle of nowhere. It was like an hour drive through heavily rutted back roads to get to anything. And I'm supporting an infantry company that is, man, I don't know, probably 100 yards down the road.
Okay.
For some reason, they didn't want me in their camp. I don't know
Okay.
why.
That guy keeps fixing my guns without my consent.
Right? They didn't. It's just baffling. Actually, the snipers.
They don't
would
want
get
you here
mad when
now.
I would go to fix their guns.
Yeah.
Because I have to do like annual weapons gauging on their guns, but they get really mad anytime I would touch them.
You must
Really?
be my zero.
Yeah, they would get really mad anytime I touched their guns. So I would have to sneak over to the companies and do annual weapon inspections on their guns when
That's
they weren't
kind of
there.
ridiculous.
I guess when your life depends on your firearm, you're understandably a little touchy.
Yeah. Anyway, they're like 100 yards down the road. I have my 5-ton truck. Because there's no field kitchen or anything, I've just been surviving off MREs, and this is day 3.
Yeah, usually during field exercises, they'll have a field kitchen for the first like week or two. Yeah, it's usually the first week or two, and then the last week or two, depending on how you're doing in your field exercise, is just MREs after that. But yeah, I don't know. There you go. I have stories about field exercises that are pretty funny, but yeah, these guys have stories too.
I gotta poop real bad. This has to happen. So I'm looking around and I realize that there's no porta potty anywhere.
Uh-oh.
So I walk over to where the infantry company is. They've got their little barbed wire gate set up, and they're being all cute out there. And
They're
pretending
being all
actually on like
cute.
a military exercise. And
They're pretending to war.
I come walk up and they're like, "State your name and rank," and I'm just like, "Dude,
Get the
okay, I
fuck
gotta
outta
take a
here.
crap. I'm literally right down there. I'm the guy that fixes your guns. You remember me? I have to take a crap. Where's your porta potty? We don't have any out here. What do you mean you don't have any out
What?
here? Where do you poop? And they're like, "Oh, we just dig a hole in the ground." I go, "Fine, all right,
Okay.
fine, whatever." So I go walk away from
That's
where my truck
crazy.
is. And I find a nice tree and I just kind of lean against it and do my business. I start hearing. It's getting louder. It's getting louder and louder. Man, why is that so freaking loud? I look over my shoulder behind me, and I can see the truck heading right towards me. And that's when I realize that I am literally pooping right next to a road.
Oh, well. There you go.
And it's not like it's still a dirt road.
Yeah. It just wasn't well defined. You thought you were in the wilderness.
I thought I was in the middle of the woods, but it was a dirt road.
Oh, that's cool.
And all of Charlie Company goes rolling by, and they're all looking over the side of the truck. There's a dude pooping down there. It's like, great.
Take a picture. It'll last longer.
It's like, man, fuck you guys. I'm like, I should throw the roll of toilet paper at him. No,
At least you
I'm
had
so
toilet
holding on to
paper.
it. I need that to wipe. What can I throw at him? I don't have anything to throw at him. Throw poop at him. I'm not picking that up. So yeah, all of Charlie Company saw me taking a crap in the middle of the woods. And then, like, a couple of weeks later, one of the guys came down to get, like, some weapons fixed. And he's like, hey, where'd you that guy? I was like, shut up. There wasn't a porta potty. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
See me at field.
I would have been like, yeah, you like what you see? Poop, man, with your poop face.
Exercise towards the end of it. I was sitting by my truck. I'm reading a book, and I start smelling like a campfire. Weird. Is there like a forest fire going on? Because you're not allowed to have fires when you're out in the field.
I would imagine soldiers would be negligent and start fires if that were the case.
Yeah, probably. They would probably actually start a forest fire because people in the military are stupid.
What?
Couple
I've never
hundred
heard
meters away, I
that.
can see fire. It's inside this infantry company's camp. So I get up and I go over there, and there is a big old fire going. And I am not even kidding. There is a wild boar on a spit.
Wow. What? That's awesome.
They caught a wild boar?
How?
That's
Yeah,
great.
How indeed?
How? And there is a warrant officer who's standing there who is a CW3, I think. Warrant officers only go up to 5. And
Yeah.
you never see a 5.
No.
He's a CW3.
I'm not sure it's the same thing in the Navy. I think it might only go up to 4 in the Navy. I can't remember. But he might be right about 5. I don't know. I've only met one warrant officer in my entire naval career, so yeah, I could be wrong. Could be
He's
wrong on
probably
that.
in his 40s. He is completely filthy.
Yeah.
He's covered in scratches, and he has blood all over the front of his uniform.
Okay.
Cool.
What in the actual fuck happened here?
Some
Come to find
redneck
out
shit.
What happened here? This CW3 was going to be getting out of the military, and he had done it all. He had been an airborne, gone air assault, ranger, special forces. He'd done everything.
That's awesome.
He had a laundry list of achievements.
Yeah, the rack on his Class 8 uniform is like bigger than your freaking head.
He has to get a second rack.
Yeah. Well, he was going to be retiring from the military, and they basically were like, well, we'll put you in a cushy desk job until you're retired from the military. And he's just like, fuck that, you put me in an infantry company.
Yeah.
So he just requested to be in an infantry company, and they put him in one. Because he's a CW3, what are you going to do, say no?
Yeah.
They're out in the field one day, and there's wild boar because they are everywhere in Louisiana. They're an invasive species. They hate them. This wild boar goes tearing ass through their camp.
The thing about wild boars, and you see it with the TV show. Well, they're they're wild pigs. I don't think they're wild boars. That's not a wild pig. That's a wild. That's not a wild boar. That's a wild boar. It's men in tights. Yeah, but they really mess up farmland. They mess up all sorts of stuff. So yeah, they have, and there's a lot of them, and it's a good source of protein as well. So I guess unless you're like Jewish or Muslim, sorry boys, it's delicious.
And this CW3 looks at the lieutenant that's standing next to him, just slaps his M4 in the lieutenant's hand and goes, hold this. Goes off into the woods.
He didn't shoot it. He grappled with it to the ground.
They didn't see him for 2 days.
What?
2 days he was just gone.
All right.
And granted, that might be an exaggeration. I don't know.
I don't care.
Because a lot of tall tales get thrown around in the military. I'm only relaying the information that was given to me.
It's a decent enough explanation for why there is a boar on a spit.
It's pretty
and then
awesome.
He comes back one day, dragging this wild boar behind him, covered in blood. Chief, where the fuck were you? And he was like, I saw that wild boar. I wanted to kill it. What? What? Crawled around on the ground, tracking down this wild boar, and eventually got close enough to
do
it.
whatever
and
he
just
wants,
jumped
I
on its back
guess.
and slit its fucking throat.
Come on.
And he's standing right there, covered in dirt and blood.
It sounds like a tall tale, but you saw him.
He is bloody as all get out. And he brought it back, and they're like, well, we don't know what the fuck to do with it. And he's like, I'll start a fire, we'll cook it up and eat it. And they're like, Chief, we can't do that. And he's like, who's going to tell me no?
That's a good point.
He's about to get out of the military, and he's a CW3. Nobody's going to tell him no except for a general, and then the general's probably going to be like, that's fucking badass right there. And he's like, shit, yeah, it is, brother. You get the hawk.
Yeah.
It just blew my mind when that happened. And that was the moment that I was like, man, I fucked up. I should have tried to go to warrant officer school. I could have done whatever the hell I wanted. Nobody would care.
Wish I could have wrestled a pig.
I was so baffled by that.
Long story short, I joined pig wrestling varsity.
Yeah, there you go.
Piping. I honestly, every time I tell that story, I feel like people are very incredulous about it, and I fully understand, because if somebody told me that story, I would not believe
No.
it.
I
There's
believe it.
no way I would believe that story. He probably wasn't gone for 2 days.
Some details may have been exaggerated, but you saw it.
He may have only been gone for a couple hours.
Yeah.
But baffling.
Yeah.
The moment I realized when I was in the military that I kind of wish that I would have gone to warrant officer school or become like a helicopter pilot or something was on the Convoy Live Fire exercise. We had helicopters.
That was a, they were trying to push this blue to green program where they'd have, E5s and up in the military, go to the Army and become a helicopter pilot and be a warrant officer. They were pushing that program for a long time. I'm not sure why, but that was tempting for a couple of weeks.
Helicopters that flew around with us, and they had simulated guns on them. They would go pew, 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 and shoot at things. It was really cool.
All right.
But the helicopter landed before we were going to do one of the convoys, and the pilot gets out. And he gets out and takes his pilot helmet off, lights up a cigar, comes walking up to us. And he's like, all right, so you guys are the convoy we're supporting. We're going to do this. And just try not to get in our way, and don't shoot blanks at my fucking helicopter.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I should have been a helicopter pilot. That's so cool.
So many other better jobs you could have done. Instead, you got to work with guns. Damn it, you hate guns.
I hate guns. I told you about tasting guns, right?
What?
You refresh my memory.
People would bring 50s to me, and they would be like, it's running really rough. I don't know if there's something wrong with the locking block. So I'd run my finger across like the inside of it and get a bunch of oil on it and then stick it on my tongue to taste it.
Ew.
Because if I could taste metal shavings, then that meant that the tolerances were wrong.
Ew.
But then people would just constantly spread this rumor or this thing of Zach licks the inside of machine guns. Zach's eating oil in there, and I'm like, I am robot.
I'm not eating oil.
That's
I'm
weird,
tasting
dude.
oil to see if it's a good vintage.
I'm tasting it to see what.
It's kind of weird, Zach. Gonna be honest with you. It's a bit much. It's a bit much, Zach. Come on. What are we doing here? What kind of games are we playing here, Zach? You wonder why people talk about you. Yeah, so there you go. That was a good one. I do believe it. I do believe that that guy did go kill a wild hog. It's not a boar. So that's pretty much it. Thanks everybody for watching. Please likey and subscribey and put down in the description down in the comments if you want to suggest anything. Doesn't have to be military related or anything. Been on a Hollow Live shtick for a little bit, and we're gonna continue doing it. But if you anything anime related, go ahead and put it down in the comments. I will react to it if it's not too long. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot for watching, and bye.